Hello guys, I decided today I wanted to go over some simple steps how to degrease the engine without getting all mucky and dirty and covered in oil. These are going to be very basic. We will need some very inexpensive specialized tools that are going to make the job incredibly easy. So let's get started. So the first tool you will need is this engine cleaner wand. You can pick these up at Harbor Freight. I think I only paid like 12 bucks for it. It's amazingly useful. You just have to adapt a little bottle. All you have to do is drill a hole, and let me just show you. This little nozzle comes along with the whole kit from Harbor Freight. So all you have to do is weed it, push it through, just like this. Put the nozzle in. I mean, can't be any simpler than that. And drop it into your solution. Now, for the solution, we're gonna use an interesting mix. I like to use a degreaser. This is the, let's get this out of the way. This is the stuff I usually use. You can pick it up at Sam's Club. I think Costco has an equivalent type of degreaser. And I like to put a dab of alcohol. Now, you can use another solvent. The problem is if you put too much of it, it might damage the paint, especially if you're working within the engine bay and you get it on painted surfaces. This is why, like, anything that has high alcohol content, like rubbing alcohol, isopure, whatever, this will help. And I'm only putting in, less than around 5% alcohol within the mixture. That will help loosen some of those really stubborn, grimy type of stains. So let's start the mixture. So we start with a little bit of alcohol. That's about right. And about 20% of this stuff. Believe it or not, you don't need a lot of this degreaser. Okay, that's about right. It doesn't have to be 100% exact. And the rest is simple water. I prefer to use hot water. So let's fill it up. Now that we have our mixture all ready, we can start pouring it into our jug. I just realized there is one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is this little cleaner, engine cleaner, does require a compressor. So you will need a compressor to do this job, at least do it properly, unless you want to blow into it, but I don't think that will work. Anyhow, let's get started. Now, before you do this job, there's something important that you have to keep in mind, and this is, I can't stress this enough because I've made this stupid mistake before. Everything that is exposed, and this car may not be the best example because it's partially disassembled, but everything that's exposed, any type of wiring, anything that you don't want water to get into, you have to tape off. And whenever you are spraying, you're spraying under pressure, you're not just hosing it down. You have to be careful to avoid the spots where water can accumulate to get into electrical stuff. Basically, you don't want to spray where water shouldn't be. So I've already taped up this car, and I'm generally careful about where I spray. But take it take it with a little bit of advice. It's also important once you're done spraying the car is that leave it on the sun. Don't start it right away. You know, just let it dry. Let it dry. Just to be sure. So we have our hose. We have our little tool here. And we're ready for action. And here we have the finished product. I let the sun dry it a little bit, so it's no longer wet. So I hope you enjoyed the video. That took me about, I mean, if I wasn't filming, it'd probably take me a little over an hour. You know, that's, you know, it depends how thorough you want to be with the getting into all the crevices and stuff. But you know, generally, I would say set aside an hour, and you should do a good job. You know, if you do it properly and let it. You know, I'm not counting the time I let it sit on the sun, which was probably a couple of hours. It's been sitting. So yeah, it's basically done. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in another video.